Hey, Matt here. I wanted to talk about Scrapeboard and what it is and what it can do. So, Scrapeboard is a forum tool. It'll let you create profiles, forum accounts, forum posts. It'll verify your accounts via the email addresses you give it. It works with proxies. You can scrape with it, check links, all that sort of stuff. So, let's have a look at Scrapeboard. So, this is the current version of Scrapeboard at the time of this video. First area up here, of course, is proxies, and Scrapeboard comes with some included proxy sources. I can choose one and then hit Harvest Proxies, and it'll bring in a list of proxies. I can then test them and test them against Google, import, export. If I already have proxies or private proxies, I can remove duplicates and failed and shuffle them around and that sort of thing. Once you have your proxies, you can go to the URL harvester, the scraper, and if you have keywords, you can bring in your own keywords. There's actually a keyword scraper built in, so you can select your sources, put in whatever, start scraping keywords. You'll see your number. When you have enough, you can stop it or it'll complete on its own. Then you can send those into your list. And then you can export the keywords, of course, and remove duplicates and that sort of thing. Down here is where you're going to work with your footprints. So you can do a custom footprint, or you can do one of the current built-in footprints, as well as this is where you would type in that custom footprint if you wanted to use one. You can select your engines. Of course, for Bing, you're going to have to put in a Bing API ID, which you can do up here in the settings. Then you can import and export and remove, filter out duplicates and that sort of thing. And then once you're done and you have all your keywords and your footprint set, you can start harvesting. And then, of course, you can look up PageRank as well. Once you have all your URLs of your forums you want to try to create accounts on, you can go to create forum accounts, punch in some information. I just made up, you can do username and password, and you would your homepage title, and then your URL, your communication information, and your actual email account that you want to register for that forum. Right here under more, you can click in that and you can import a cPanel reg file, which is a great way to go. Or you can actually edit email accounts in a text format and you format it just like that. And once you have all that in your avatar loaded, if you want, you can of course load and save these. You can create your signature for your account as well. You can use spin text in there, just like this with Cardinals, Blue Jays, and Eagles. You can use URLs. Keep in mind that it's not HTML code, it's BB code. And then there's the editor up here that'll help you out with that and get you going there. And once you have all this information filled in and you want to import your forum URLs that you scraped in the first segment, import them here. And then you can either use easy mode, which is one click. It'll create your forum accounts. Then it will open up this email address and try to download any emails that the forums have sent, and then it will activate those forum accounts for you as well. Or you can use advanced mode and segment out and do each one of those things independently. It even gives you options like create forum accounts only when profiles are public and that sort of thing. Then once you have, this is the account activation section. So once you have everything, your URLs downloaded, and you've loaded up your information here, and it has created your account, grabbed the email, and activated your account, you're ready to go. So you now have active forum accounts. So then if you wanted to create forum profiles, you'd go into the forum profile section, and when you create over here in the forum account section, when you create this information and you save it off, you can go in here to the forum profiles section. You can actually load that information up. And then you go to import accounts, and it'll bring in those activated accounts that you just saved off from back here, load them up here. You can of course export them and that sort of thing in RSS export, and then you can post to those forum profiles. And so once you have your different signatures and profiles loaded up here and the accounts you want to load up here, you hit post, it posts to them. And then of course you can remove failed and that sort of thing. And then you can also create forum posts as well. So if you go into the post creator, you can give it a title like I love birds, and you can give it an actual forum post. Again, you can use spin text, you can use URLs. Again, this is in BB code, forum code, not HTML. The editor will help you out there. You can preview it, see what it's going to look like. You can hit spin to spin your text here, as you can see. and that's definitely a good idea. Make sure that your spin text is right, because if you go making a forum post and your spin text is horribly formatted and Scrapeboard can't recognize what you're trying to do and it just throws in a bunch of spin text as a post, it obviously looks like spam and will be deleted and you've wasted your time. So test it out there, and then you can import the accounts as well that you created back in the forum account section, and use those to actually make the posts on. You have the option of exporting as well, and then you can post to the first open board or only boards containing your keywords. So you can say a board inside a forum that has the word bird in it. I'm going to post to that because that's what it's about. So it helps you keep the relevancy relevant. And then of course you can hit post to boards when you're done, and it'll run through all those accounts and it'll post to them. And then you can export when you're done and save off. There's the toolbox, which does a lot of things. It lets you merge different account files together. So if you have 10 different accounts where you've made 10 runs and you've created forum profiles, or rather not forum accounts rather, you can merge all those together. And then there's the account validator, which just lets you see if the accounts you created are still working or not. So if you come back 3 weeks later and you want to check out and not waste your time posting to any ones that have been deactivated, you can compare lists, and basically if you create 100 active accounts and then you go out scraping some more and you want to make sure that you're not creating accounts twice on one forum, this will compare out any activated accounts and remove those from your new list so you're not duplicating up there. List modification section lets you export and remove and search inside of and that sort of thing. The delete all email and inbox lets you just open up your emails, addresses from your accounts you have set up, and it'll delete them all for you. And the link checker, pretty straightforward, checks for links. It says import forum profiles and it loads those up here, and down here in your links you can type in whatever sites you are trying to create links for, or you can just hit import links. This works with more than just forum profiles. So if I had a list of pages that had forum posts on it or blog posts or anything, and I could import them here and it'll put them up here, and then I can put my links down here and hit start and it'll check all those for links. Then of course I can export and retest failed and that sort of thing. And so that's the main section. Of course there's different settings. You can control the connections and timeouts. Whenever you check the use proxies when available box, any proxies loaded up in this first section will be automatically used for any feature inside of Scrapeboard that connects to the internet to work. So creating forum accounts, anything, it'll all use whatever proxies are in here that are tested and working. And then you can enter your Bing API ID and key, which we saw that you needed to do here, so this box isn't grayed out. And then you can set up deCAPTCHA services. If you want to use that, you can use the deCAPTCHA or death by CAPTCHA service. And then there's manual text and manual image CAPTCHA solving, where it'll pop up and let you punch that in, and then you can use the cloud database for CAPTCHA solving and use the internal CAPTCHA solver, which is constantly improving and works with these formats right here, and then lets you control the settings for that, and then shuffle proxies and delete activation emails and show harvested URLs. The jobs is excellent. You can create and edit jobs. So if I wanted to create a job for one of these things, like let's say I load up my jobs here, what's going to happen is it'll select all proxy sources, harvest the proxies from them, remove duplicate proxies, test those proxies, remove failed proxies, and then save the results to a file that I specify. And I can just hit execute, walk away, come back later after lunch, and it'll have all that done. So jobs is excellent. The blacklist is pretty self-explanatory. Under help, you can see you can purchase proxies, transfer your license, save off your license information, and get general help. One of the great things is it has an online help, and you can see here the different forums as well that are compatible: vBulletin 3 and 4, PHP BB3, SMF 1 and 2, Envision PowerBoard 3, and MyBB1, and then make sure you read any help documentation that's applicable. So that's Scrapeboard in a nutshell.